Hello and welcome back to Jazz and Moll. Today I'm going to be doing A-level advice because even though we've just gotten into the school year, so we have just finished our first term at school, I know that this time last year when I was in year 11 I started looking at colleges and thinking about what I was going to do, and you do have to sort of have an idea of what you're going to do at college, because when you're filling out the forms to sign up to a college, you have to sort of give them ideas of what you want to do. I thought I would give some advice for anyone who's wondering if they're going to take A-levels or if they'd rather go down the course route. So let's just get started into the video. Sorry if the lighting changes, I'm using natural light because I can't afford ring lights or anything like that, so we're using the sun. So sometimes it goes away, sometimes it stays out, so if it differs it's just the sun. As of right now, the job that I would like to pursue is YouTube. Like, I want it to take off and I want us to do well, like me and Molly, because we both really have a passion for YouTube. We're trying to see if that would take off, but if it doesn't, we have to have a backup plan. So my backup plan is to become a primary school teacher. This is something I've said I wanted to do probably since I was about 4, I don't know. Like, it's something I've always wanted to do. My college actually offered a teaching course, so you do that, you go on placement. It's just a course for going into teaching. It's a really good course to go directly into childcare and teaching. However, the only thing that was putting me off with doing the course was if I decided to go on placement and I didn't like teaching, then if I was to drop out the course I'd be a whole year behind with everyone else to start A-levels. So that was one of my fears, but also just in general, like, what if, like, you're very trapped when you're doing a course, you are very stuck in that, like, industry, you're very stuck in that profession, you can't really move around. I wanted to have more open opportunities, so I decided to just stick to A-levels and pick A-levels that I was interested in, not something that would help me with teaching necessarily, not something that would, you know, get me this big high paying profession. Like, I just wanted to pick what I was interested in. So now I'm going to talk about what A-levels I actually picked and what I think of them, like my opinion of them and why I picked them. So originally I picked 4 A-levels, so I picked English literature, sociology, philosophy and psychology. But our college allowed you to just drop your 4th one whenever you wanted. So quite early on I decided to drop English. I just really wasn't enjoying it. I was just sort of wanted to have like a complete new slate of things that I'd never learnt before. Like with the other 3 subjects, I'd never done them at school. Where with English, it was the one that I was like familiar with, but I sort of hated the fact that I was familiar with it. Like, I wanted a completely fresh like slate. Now I'm studying sociology, philosophy and psychology, and I actually really love all of my A-level subjects. I find them all so interesting, and the fact that they are so interesting, I want to do well in because they're so interesting. So the reason I picked sociology was I thought it sounded interesting, but also I thought as a teacher it'd be useful to understand why people are like different and like how different backgrounds can affect, you know, different people. So you do study things like why are some people less educated than other people, and I thought that would be a really good sort of topic, and like the whole subject I thought it would be really good to understand why people could be different. And like, so for example, if I was a teacher, why some children aren't picking it up as quickly as another, that sort of thing. How different backgrounds, like, you know, even different, like children with different cultures, what their morals are and how that can affect them compared to other children, sort of thing. This is actually my favourite subject. Like, my favourite subject. The definition of sociology, if you want to know, if you want to take it, it's the study of the development, structure and functioning of human society. So it's literally just about society and how we develop as humans, like how we all help each other in society and how people are different. The next one I picked is psychology. And again, I found this so interesting. I've always had an interest in psychology. Like, the amount of crime documentaries and stuff I've watched, like, to do with psychology, it's unreal. 1, I was already going to pick it anyway because it was a big interest, but 2, I also, again, thought it would be good as a teacher to understand how the brain works for, like, things, like, for the whole of the topic, because the definition of psychology is the study of mind and behaviour, and I really thought that would help becoming a teacher, like, understanding how a child's mind and behaviour is going to be different to an adult's, and their sort of capacity and their mind that they can take with information, things like that, just stuff like that. Now with psychology, it is extremely interesting, but it is hard. Like, you do have to wrap your head around it, because we're talking about your brain in detail. Like, you know, most of us just know we have a brain. It works. We remember things, like, we know certain things about the brain, but it goes into detail, and it's sort of remembering all the key words that I've found tricky. But as long as you keep up, like, keep going over anything you don't know, it's easier to keep up. The last A-level I do is philosophy. Now this one, I didn't even know what it was until the guy at my college told me what it was on, like, one of the opening days. That's a big advice. If there's opening days at a college, go to them. Even if you don't even think you might go to that college, just go to them, because I actually only applied for one college, and obviously that's the college I'm at now. But, like, if, you know, you don't know how GCSEs are going to go, they might go the other way, you might not do as well, and you have to go to another college, and you haven't even applied for one, and it's easy to apply for another one, but it's just like, get it out the way so you're not stressed later. So philosophy is the study of the fundamental nature of knowledge, reality and existence. The way I describe philosophy to my friends, it's just deep thinking, really deep questions that you just wouldn't have even thought of. And then it's sort of like questions that you think you know the answer to. They try and prove you wrong, and they try and, not prove you wrong, but they try and have other answers, other possibilities. And some of these possibilities are just mind-blowing, like literally mind-blowing. Philosophy is one of my favourites to learn, but it's, trust me when I tell you, it's very, very hard. Like, I always come out of that lesson with a headache, like, but a good headache, like, just because it's so hard to wrap your head around it, because they do come out with some random stuff, like, for answers or things, but it is really interesting. So, like I said, just go with your, with your A-levels, just go with your interest. Do not do what your friends are doing just because you want to stay with your friends. Like, don't be so narrow to, like, even if you're 100% certain you want to do a job, like a certain profession, you don't know, you might actually really hate that profession. Like, don't make it hard for yourself. I'd say pick your interest. And my overall advice for A-levels, pick subjects you're interested in. My other tip is be prepared for it to be hard. Like, it isn't going to be easy. Don't go in there thinking, oh my god, I'm going to smash these A-levels because I got all nines in GCSEs, like whatever. It doesn't matter. It's a completely different mark scheme. It is a jump. Like, they always do say that there is a jump between A-levels and GCSE, and there is, but your teachers do ease you into it. But also, as long as you keep up with your organisation, with your notes, as long as you understand everything, you'll be fine. But if you don't understand anything, make sure you ask your teacher about it. Maybe ask a friend in the class, go over it on your own, because as soon as you miss out one thing, a whole scheme of things don't make sense. With A-levels, you have to have good time management. You have to be organised. Like, A-levels force you to have good time management and force you to be organised. You have to find the time for them. You can't be doing it 5 pages full of notes the night before. It doesn't work, because there's too much content. You'll never get it done, ever. Like, trust me, you have to have good time management, and as long as you knock that in from the start of doing A-levels, it's easy. Like, as long as you knock it in. Because, like, for me, with most times, I'm always a week ahead of my homework. Whatever last week's work was, that's this week's homework for notes. So what I tend to do is, one weekend I'll go over last week's notes, and then throughout the week I do the notes that we've been learning already. And it is easy. I wouldn't say read ahead, but just stay at the present moment. And if you get taught something in that class, go home and make notes about it, because it'll be homework most likely for the next week, and then you've already done it. And then if you do happen to fall behind, you haven't actually fell behind, because now you're on track with everyone, if that makes sense. Just have good time management, be organised. As long as you get that, you will be fine. I want to give you some tips for organisation, because I know that some people, like, I am sort of like a naturally organised person. Like, I think tidy and organised are two different things, but I am organised. I know full well that not everyone is organised, like, at all. I understand that. What I do for college is I have day folders and I have at home folders. So because I did not want to be taking around 3 fat folders every day, my arm would be dead by the end of the day for us to do that. I wouldn't recommend doing that. So get folders, your big ones, and keep them at home. Get some smaller folders, or maybe just notepads for each subject, and take those instead, because they're lighter and you don't need a big fat folder for when you're doing 1 week of work. Like, it doesn't make sense to do that. So then you do your work. I would say always keep a whole topic's worth of notes in your bag. Like, don't go home after a lesson and empty them out into your day folder, because you might need them the next day. Like, keep it in there until you're moving on to a topic. That's what I do. And then once the topic's finished, then I put them in the big folder. Another thing is you'll need lots of paper, so whether you're putting paper in the folders or whether you're having a notepad for paper, which is what a lot of people do, what I do. Another thing for your folders, if you're doing folders, is plastic wallets. Just keep those papers nice in the plastic wallets. That way, if you ever spill anything on them, you know, if you drop your folder, they're not all ripped and creased, they're fine because they're in plastic wallets. I would say for A-levels you do need a good amount of stationery, like you do need highlighters, you're going to need post-it notes, you're going to need glues, staplers. I have a stapler, I don't know whether you'd actually need a stapler, but whatever. Like lots of pens, pencils, if you're doing something RT or maths or something like that. You will need pencils, like literally just get a good amount of stationery. Don't trek into your lesson with one pen and one highlighter. Like no, get a few. That way you've just, you know, you're set. A good thing as well with A-levels for organisation, you will not by the end of the year, and I already know this and I haven't even got to the end of the year, like I know full well by the end of the year or when you're doing mocks or whatever, you will not be able to just revise everything in that week or 2 weeks before. You have to revise now, like from the minute you've done a topic, revise that topic, because you have so much information to like take in that your brain is going to forget it, obviously, so you need to be revising it. Like this is something that I keep forgetting to do, like even though I'm making revision notes and stuff like that, I haven't necessarily revised it. Thank God I actually do understand everything, but I'm going to definitely start revising soon. Like, I wouldn't say revise from the first week, like maybe leave it your first term, I would say, because I think that's a dealable amount. But like, honest to God, just revise as much as possible because it will help you so much. And that's like everything. Any year 2 student that I've spoke to, that's the one piece of advice they give me, so I'm passing it down to you guys. With making revision, make them to the best of your ability, like, because you do not want to be sitting in the second year when you're about to sit your A-levels, remaking the notes and flashcards that you made in the first year because they're too scruffy or whatever. Just make them to the best of your ability, make them neat, so that by the second year, yeah, you might not like them, but they're neat, you can read them, like that sort of thing. Don't be wasting your time making scruffy notes because you're going to have to redo them anyway. Just make good notes and then you'll never have to make them again. My overall point for the whole of A-levels or even your course, just enjoy it, work hard, and don't let it control your life, but know that it is going to take some control over your life. Like, don't let it be the be-all end-all, but make sure that you do have it as a really high priority on your list of things to do. So I hope this video did help some of you with A-levels and courses, like picking what you're doing, maybe deciding whether you want to even to do A-levels. You could even do an apprenticeship if you want. There's so many opportunities, but A-levels is an opportunity, so I wanted to do some advice from it. Hope it really did help you. If it did, then please give this video a like. Also, please subscribe because we really want to get to 1,000 subscribers. Although last night was crazy. I'm filming it on a Tuesday. I don't know the exact date, but I'm filming this on a Tuesday. Monday we had 48 subscribers. Today we have 57. So that was mad. So thank you so much. Like, I remember me and Molly were like thinking like, are we ever gonna get to 50? Like whatever. And now we're almost at 60. Like whatever. So we've set the bar high for ourselves. So if you want to help us, then please subscribe. Like I said, give this video a thumbs up. And also comment down any video suggestions or ask any questions. If you have any questions about A-levels, then ask them below and I'll reply, because I want to be like really helpful to you, because I know a lot of YouTubers who do A-levels make these videos and they are all real helpful, but I also want to be a person that's helpful. So if you do have any questions, then make sure to ask them below and I will do my best to reply. In fact, no, I will reply. Bye!